Manipulating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
We're recording, baby.
All right.
All right, folks. As you may have put together thus far, this is not live, but I am AJ Simmons, and I am alive currently.
Do you feel alive?
By the time you see this, who knows? And I have a joke for you, so I'm going to give it to you right now. This is one I just thought of about 4.5 seconds ago. Yes. The Black Eyed Peas are in the news again. They've decided they are now going to change the name from "Let's Get It Started in Here" back to "Let's Get Retarded in Here," but with the change of "Let's Get Neurodivergent in Here." Great ring to it.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yes. So they went back and then tweaked.
Right.
That's what happens when you write a joke in 4.5 seconds.
Let's get disabled. Right? You want to hear something fun? I was, true story, I was delivering beer in Ottumwa today.
Uh-huh.
Man, I love Ottumwa. Ottumwa, where all the men are unemployed and all the women over 40 look like Tony Soprano's mom.
I feel like you're Ottumwa, because you have another Ottumwa joke, too.
I do.
Oh, nice.
And so far, people from Ottumwa love him.
They're like, he's right.
They're like, if you're the best looking, then I'm the second best looking. I'm like, all right.
And then a fight breaks out in the audience about who's third and fourth.
Yes. What do you got for us, AC?
I'm going to do my impression of me scrolling through the internet. All right. Internet. Click here to learn the foolproof, simple plan to becoming happier and healthier. Me. Pass. Internet. You won't believe what this kitten did when it saw its shadow. Oh my God, I have to look at this. Internet. You're a 48-year-old white guy. Here's 20 things you can do right now to radically change your health before you turn 50. Me. No. Internet. Is this alien autopsy video real? Me. Okay, now we're cooking.
Oh, we were on them tonight.
We got it, baby.
We got them.
We're even better when it's
Stunned
not live.
silence.
Yes.
It's like being on stage.
Yes. Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I think I broke a record by saying retarded in the first 2.5 seconds. So
It's a new record.
I remember being at school dances and that version played. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a version until like many years later.
Alex and I are
missed
so
that
old.
somehow.
you didn't hear the original?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it
didn't
was
know.
huge. I mean,
And then I heard it like being played somewhere. I'm like, what?
Let
Is
me
this a
look this
joke song?
I'm going to look
I'm like, no, this was the original version.
I would be willing to bet it was at one point was a number one Billboard hit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was using retarded.
Alex and I are so old they used to sing Mongoloids.
Yeah, that's right.
Terrible. I wish I could erase that from the podcast.
Should we just start the whole thing over?
I apologize. People used to say that. But like, we got a guy in town. His joke is about the evolution of language. And
how it works.
how things that are okay eventually become bad. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's because other people point this out, but you're using words to describe someone as different, and that's it's always going to be an issue eventually because it's going to be It's going to be used by the wrong type of people to make fun of somebody.
Eventually, it will be used negatively.
Let's Get It Started is a song by American group The Black Eyed Peas. It is a clean version of Let's Get Retarded from the third studio album Elefunk 2003.
2003.
Wow.
So that means a bunch of writers and producers and all the artists involved went through several rewrites of that song. They spent a lot of time writing. And at no point were they like, maybe we shouldn't use that word.
Yeah. Maybe not.
I wonder
It
what
peaked at number 21, I apologize, on the Hot Billboard 100, reaching the top 10 in Australia, Canada, the Czech Republic, France, and New Zealand. Critically acclaimed as well. one best rap performance by a duo or group. All right, we're allowed to say it again.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
it is interesting.
Let's get neurodivergent in here. Let's get...
I wonder when the
time for a
first
remake.
album. I suppose there were like racist albums, but like the first commercially popular album to drop the N-bomb. But I bet that you could go back far enough that it'd be like, oh, there's like white people saying it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You'd have to delineate that. Because
Oh, yeah, there's
in
a-
hip hop, it would have been. I don't think they really said it much in the '80s.
I wouldn't.
I think it's '90s is when the N bomb fully kind of came into
Yeah.
music. It seems like, but before that, I think it was a lot of it being thrown around, really just about everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I listened to Killer Mike's new album, and the first like 3 songs, I was like, Am I allowed to listen to this? He says it so much. I couldn't believe it.
The N word.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, damn, dog.
Yeah, it does feel.
Oh.
I mean, it's the classic, the meme of the white guy like turning it down at the stoplight when
Yeah,
when there's a black guy in the car next to him.
But this was even, I was just alone, and I was like, damn, dog. I feel kind of uncomfortable listening to this.
I'm worried someone might be walking by and hear it through the house walls.
What's that guy doing in there?
I know a white guy lives there. He's listening to Hit 'Em Up by Tupac every night.
Yeah. I don't know.
First off, I fucked your bitch.
Whoa.
That's part of the
Whoa.
Hit 'Em Up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side when we ride. Beep, beep,
cetera.
bleep, bleep,
Yeah.
bleep.
I remember back when Walmart would sell censored versions of albums, especially hip hop. Like a friend of mine got a Too Short album from Walmart, and it was and they didn't
What are you going to.
they didn't like change the word. They didn't. There was no re-edit to change the words.
They just bleeped
or
it?
a scratch, or they just beeped over it.
Yeah.
So songs would go, and then boo, and they would go for like a minute and a half, and we would just sit and laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Just thinking about what it could be.
Especially.
But they used to
Too
sell
Short.
albums like that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Parental, if you couldn't buy a parental advisory stickered album, then you had to go with the Walmart censored version.
Right.
There were a few things more exciting as a young boy in the 90s than seeing that little black and white
Yeah.
rectangle
this
in the
is gonna be
corner where it's like, that alone sells me on this thing.
Well, I think the first album to get that was Tone Loc, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah.
Is that pre or post Ace Ventura?
That would have been pre, because that's probably part of why he got Ace Ventura,
Right.
you know? Because what did that out? I mean, it had the funky Cold Medina. Mm-hmm. It had
Wild Thing.
Yeah, and Wild Thing.
I feel like there's one more.
I think I like the whole album.
You celebrate his entire catalog. Old Tone Loc.
I remember in high school, I mean, it was
Yeah.
old then, but I still me and my buddies listen to old Tone Loc, and they were like, please turn this shit off. And I'd be like, but it's great.
Your buddies didn't like it?
Yeah, they were all right with it.
Oh, dang.
I maybe forced it on them. Funky Cold Medina.
Oh, he was a whole sensation. Like
Oh, yeah,
1989. I was there.
Yeah, that just missed it. Just missed it. I remember liking hip hop from the first time I heard it. And surprisingly enough, Eminem was not the first time I had heard it. I heard Eminem a little after that, but it was not the first.
I remember being very young and listening to the Beastie Boys with my sister and knowing at the time what I knew about rap and just assuming they were black guys. Not that it mattered, but
Right.
I was just like, yeah, it's rap, so it's black guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beastin'.
Yep.
Nope.
But I still love
Three
the
New
Beastie
York
Boys.
Jews.
Yeah, 3 dorks.
Three of the best. Yeah, three dorks. Three of the best to ever do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, universal acceptance probably through
Oh,
hip hop
yeah, they're
too.
Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's like
Undoubtedly.
sort of like that Eminem thing where like the race it supersedes it, which is hard to do in hip hop. Even as a white guy enjoying hip hop, I'm like, I don't enjoy seeing the whiteys in it very much.
No, but I will say even the Beastie Boys were kind of like punk / rock.
Yeah, when they
That
came
they
out,
weren't like
They're
it
their
wasn't
own
like
thing.
3 white guys rapping. It was just like, who are these weirdos? Like,
Yeah.
they're on their own shit completely. They
'Cause-
weren't trying to be like regular hip hop.
yeah, and they weren't in like hip hop I don't know. They were just very much their own thing.
Yeah.
And they played it on rock stations, you know?
Because they were white.
Fight for the right to party. Yeah.
Well, a lot of their music, like you said, is almost like rock rap,
Yeah.
where it had a lot of the leads or kind of guitar riffs and stuff, where it's like, okay, which I'm sure was groundbreaking at the time, because what else had they? I know they did that, not Beastie Boys, but there was that Aerosmith.
That was with Run DMC.
Run DMC,
Yep.
where it's like that was kind of
Walk This Way.
beginning that rock rap, and then it went totally off a cliff with the fucking Linkin Park.
Yeah,
Jay-Z
new
shit.
metal. Yeah.
That was awful. Even as a young man,
Was
I'm
it
like, this
on-
shit sucks.
Oh, wow. I never listened to it.
It was pretty bad.
Didn't it sell? It sold like a shitload of albums.
Yeah, I mean, because they
assume.
were both like Linkin Park. That was probably the biggest they ever were. Was right then, and then Jay-Z kind of is always ambiently
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah.
So I think it was right time, but musically, I think it aged pretty poorly as time went on.
Have you guys? Apparently, Jay-Z doesn't write anything down. He's just like he's just like
Off the dome.
he's like, yeah, give me
That's what he
2
says,
minutes,
but-
and I'm like, no fucking way.
I
You saw what joke happened in 2 minutes.
yeah.
Right, no, 16 bars real quick. I will say, some of the guys I would hang out with in Ames, one of them was named Buckets, and then a guy named Monty.
Sure.
And they would actually freestyle rap, like where they would just put on a YouTube beat
Right.
or something that was 9 minutes long, and they would fall in and out of it, like they would lose words, things like
Right.
that. But they could like legitimately freestyle, just start rapping.
I mean,
you'd point to things,
for
be
sure.
like lava lamp, my leg got a cramp. I'm always at the camp,
Yeah,
camp
yeah.
counselor,
can do
bouncer. You know, what I mean? But
definitely a
it's
skill.
impressive when someone can
Yeah.
actually do it and
Yeah.
like it sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it is possible, but for a song that you're gonna like put out, it does seem like a legend you start yourself about yourself.
Yeah.
Because Lil Wayne, they say, does that too, but I've heard more verification for Lil Wayne about that.
I think it's funny that Little Wayne. I don't know, Little Wayne,
Little.
Little Wayne,
Little Wayne.
Little Wayne,
Little Master Wayne.
Master Wayne.
like he's like a rap genius, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know much about him, but people are like one of the best, or was.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean, I went and saw him just recently at Wells
and
Fargo.
then also like you see him interviewed, and he's like he can't function without his fucking purple drink or whatever.
His codeine.
Scissor, yeah. Like that's weird, man. I remember him being interviewed for like 60 minutes, and he would have his giant styrofoam cup
The double cup.
full of ice
Full
with
lean.
purple drink and coat and fucking cough syrup in it. And they were like, "Are you just gonna really drink that?" He's like, "Yeah,
man.
like, all right."
Little Wayne said yes
Little Wayne.
and began drinking his concoction.
Yeah. One, there was kind of that cool guy thing in hip hop that I noticed, at least in interviews, and it does kind of drive me crazy. Probably like all white guys, and that's why they love doing it. But is that it's sort of that sleep, like Future does it a lot, where it's the sleepy. And I think it's part of that codeine, like
Yeah.
scissor culture type thing, where even if you aren't actually drinking, sipping, that's just sort of the vibe. Is like kind of too cool for school guy.
yeah.
I see that a lot in interviews.
I watched 21 Savage was on SNL this last week.
Your favorite.
And I'm like, let me watch this again and just like with a real open mind,
Right.
see what's going on here. Because I love hip hop and I grew up on it. And I want to keep liking new stuff because I don't want to,
Well,
completely
you come from the
disconnect.
breakdance culture, as we saw. In the,
I was born in it, baby. I am of the culture.
he's always got that little cardboard in his back.
Always ready to go. Nice and shiny. But 21 Savage, I watched him again and I'm like, this is absolute garbage. There's nothing good about any of this. I can't. I hate his delivery. His lyrics are hilariously bad. It's musically terrible. Like I just don't understand how anyone can like any of this. Like it seems like he's like a plant sent to destroy hip hop. Like if everyone decides that, man,
I felt watching him. I felt very much. I was like, wow, I don't like this at all. And I like a lot of hip hop. I guess I don't know anything about Lil Wayne, but
I will say that I think a lot of hip hop doesn't translate well to live performance in that
I
way.
agree.
I
It's
understand
very
that,
studio music.
but there's nothing that can. There's
21 Savage is
it's so bad.
Who's that girl? Who's the young lady rapper right now with like the little
Ice Spice.
I was like,
She's
this
also
sucks.
That's another one of those. I'm like,
this
let's
really
see what
sucks.
I'm
let's see
shaking
what
ass
Ice
in the
Spice
deli.
is all about.
I'm shaking ass in the deli.
And I'm like, she barely moved. She was on SNL too, and I was like, are you? And Sarah was like, she's like not doing anything. I was like, yeah, is this like a bit where she just stands here and doesn't do anything?
I know. I keep thinking I'm watching a bit, and surely something's
Yeah.
about to happen.
Yeah, and nothing ever did.
Oh, this is sincerely what you do?
And I mean, I like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm fucking down. I'm not hating on female rappers, but Ice Spice, I was like, damn, bro, you fucking suck. And everyone loves you, so good for you, I guess. Yeah. I didn't get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it even plays into that because 21 Savage, I remember when he first came out, because him and Metro Boomin, it was like a joint tape, and it swept the nation. I remember hearing it everywhere, and he has that kind of like lazy delivery type thing.
Yeah.
Ice Spice kind of has it a little where it's, I don't know. It's just a style thing.
Where
Some
you
people
could
love
say
it, some people hate
effortless, but it's effortless where it sounds like you're not making an effort.
It's
No,
not,
it's
it's
not.
Not in a way that's not positive.
to have
my
your
ears.
delivery be slow or whatever, really super laid back. Okay, but then what? Let me listen to what you're saying. I like my gun. I like my girl. I got a bag. And you're like, okay, and
My bag, my whole world.
yeah, just like super simple, like
Yeah.
just. There's
you know,
nothing.
It's all
there's
all
just
about
nothing
vibe.
there.
I think that's the separation, and not that whatever, but like I said, we've all listened for a while. I think that is the separation between your generation of hip hop, the more lyrical, spiritual, miracle shit,
Right.
and the current stuff is the vibe. The vibe. It's
Yeah.
all about the vibe now.
Okay,
Which is also
that
funny.
helps frame it in my head.
Yes,
man. That's helpful.
The
to me.
words are not nearly like Kendrick Lamar would be the lyrical, spiritual, miracle version of
Yes,
That's,
and I love him.
Yes.
So that
Me
makes
too.
sense.
that makes total sense. 21 Savage is definitely more like in the vibe music. Ice Spice, same thing. It's
And the vibe is we all hate ourselves and have nothing to do and nothing to say and are just taking up space. That's the vibe.
That's kind
people
of like
love
this
it.
podcast.
Well, yeah, that's our vibe. Quit riding our shit. Get out of here, 21 Savage.
But like you were talking about Too Short earlier, and I know we've talked about it in years past
Yeah.
on the other version of the podcast, but listen to Too Short, and I used to listen to it a lot. He's not a good rapper.
Oh, he's terrible.
And it's like, why
He's
did
terrible.
you? He's made like 50 albums, and it's just like the most obvious rhyming you could possibly do, and it's just like they let you do this. And I used to listen to it all the time.
This just came to mind, but what you just said of someone being like technically a terrible rapper and still making it.
Yeah.
Like Blueface is a guy. I don't know if you're familiar with him at all, but Blueface is a guy that is known for like rapping off beat, basically, and it's not
Yeah.
even something I think he's trying to do. I think he truly like that's just how he raps, and there's a lot of rappers that do that, and I think it's almost like a meme thing where. Like what makes something funny not become a meme, but another thing that's funny become a meme? It's
Right.
where there are a lot of very technically proficient rappers that never make it, but sometimes it's just the sound of their like something clicks.
Oh, yeah.
Something unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chocolate Rain guy.
Right.
Chocolate rain.
Or the amount of Chocolate Rain people that have existed and put out music in
Yeah.
like I'm one of them. Like I put out some shitty music in my life,
That Chocolate Rain song is hard to get out of your
Yeah.
brain.
But I mean, it's
That's
not
an old one,
good.
too.
That is.
Or the cat playing the keyboard that sells itself. But whatever,
Very true.
But sometimes
Well,
I
that's
think it is
kinda-
just the weirdness of it that sells it.
And that's kind of that's the world we live in with media. Is it's all algorithmically driven, which is just basically anything that will get you to stop for a second and look at it. So it has to
Yeah.
be weird or different enough for you to just not necessarily something you like, but something that you'd be like, whoa, what is that? Like that's how like all the step porn that's out there. It's not because everyone decided that's what everyone's into, because everyone's like, we don't like this,
They
right?
stopped and looked.
But you stopped
Yeah.
and looked, so the algorithm said, oh.
And then
Like they've done
and
studies
then the
where-
porn industry said, that's all we're doing now.
Right. But for people that actually,
And then all the step siblings were like,
we're all in.
I guess we gotta fuck.
Yeah. Very odd. It is so weird because, like, why does this even need to be the? I've asked this millions of times, I guess, but what happened that this is the thing?
That's
why
the
does there
answer.
even need to be the setup?
That's how
of this?
algorithms work.
Yeah.
Is that if it has to be, it's something that you'll just stop on, and so then that creates clicks, and that creates everything else that makes people want to do more of it. Of the numbers on that go up, even though it's not something everyone likes. Everyone just stopped and looked at it.
Yeah. It's like the car crash thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be something else at some point too, where it's like now it's.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to venture a guess because it'll be something terrible. But
But it's even if like you're a happily married man, if you see a sweet pair of butt cheeks or a delicious cock on your Instagram page, you're gonna stop.
Yum,
you're
yum.
gonna stop.
A sweet hog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
oink oink. You know, I'm a little
Yeah.
but it's true though, where it's like just like a car crash, people slow down. I mean, and that does. I can speak from the social media ad side of things. That's how they selling ads on their platforms to you is like, oh, you can get this many impressions or whatever, and that's how you track your success. Is it's better than being swiped right past.
It was funny because I was talking to Sarah about, she has a daughter and we're having a daughter, and I was talking to her about how Instagram makes me. That's right, Tolverine will be here soon, and
coming to theaters.
I was talking about how disappointing Instagram is to me sometimes because there's all these hot ladies that are like, oh, I just love a dad bod with their fucking ass and tits hanging out, and Sarah was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I was like, oh, right, because we're getting different things
She's
in
not
our
getting those.
suggestions.
Right, you just
I was like, oh, just because I click on every single one of those that I see,
let me turn the
I still don't
volume
like
on
them. Yeah. They still don't make me feel good about myself.
Right.
I just have to click on every single one of them.
You're telling me not everyone gets these?
Yeah. Well, Sarah was just, and then I was like, oh yeah, I just outed myself.
You
I guess.
snitched. You dry snitched on yourself.
big time.
Like, you know what I'm talking about, don't
Wait.
you? No, I have
Wait, you're
no
not
idea.
seeing delicious guys' asses all day on your street?
Yeah, someone comes up to you and goes like, hell man, I keep getting all these ads about people wanting to fuck their dogs. What's that all about? And you're like, do you own a dog? Yeah, I love him. He's
Yeah.
the best. Okay,
Yeah.
well.
There was a period of time where everything I got, it was ED, and then it was like butt firming fucking
Like cream.
creams. And then I was like, what the fuck does it think I'm doing? Like, it thinks I have a loose ass and my dick doesn't work. I'm like, none of this makes sense.
Right. I have a tight ass and my dick works great.
Yeah, I have no ass and my dick is great.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh. Yeah, like the algorithm, or I guess also the algorithm is separate from us, but we have like our own fingerprint within it, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we get fed a certain type of it. So yeah, how does that all
It knows.
It's a self-fulfilling.
like we almost have our own algorithm within the larger algorithm system matrix, maybe?
I don't know.
Because we're getting pretty similar stuff by the sounds of it. but-
Yeah, I don't know. All the suggested videos are just chicks with huge tits. I don't know what's going on.
I'm more of a man of science, I thought. But, interesting.
That's all Instagram, though. TikTok is all about the universe and shit, baby.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that fucking shallow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's all big titty ladies teaching about science.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you like black holes?
How about this one? Yank. Gaping for science.
The #1 TikTok channel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Soul's a Patreon contributor for that one.
Gold tier.
Yeah, $100 a month. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I wonder if that'll almost like how OJ and DNA evidence, that was the first time that was used, was the OJ case, I think, right?
to a large effect. Yeah.
Nationally.
First time people got to see it.
I wonder if your own algorithm in that viewing history type shit will start being used against people of like, oh, clearly, this person was problematic in this way because all he got was white. His algorithm leaned 80% more white nationalist than the average guy with a mustache.
Yeah, I don't. Hopefully not, but I don't know. Currently, I don't even want to talk about this, but
let's get into it.
No, never mind. I was going to talk some Trump shit, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
I am going to. How about this? Okay, it seems like everyone that's ever worked for Trump, for the most part, seems to hate him.
Okay,
his wife fucking hates him. Everyone that kind of knows him doesn't really like him. It seems like everyone in his circle of humans doesn't like him. Like nobody really likes him as a person around him. Mm-hmm. And then, so this man that doesn't seem to really have any friends in real life, that no one fucking likes, that all the people that have ever worked for that he got rid of say is dangerous to America. And then the Republicans are like, hey, this guy should be our fucking king, right?
This guy's all right.
Yeah. And I just don't fucking understand it. That's all I want to say about that. I was talking about it at dinner, and I'm like, I don't get what the appeal is. That he is an asshole, I guess, that no one likes.
Toll screaming at hoo-hot about this all night tonight.
You understand, don't you?
And the Mexican guy cooking it's like, no comprendo. In Iowa, it's all Mexican guys at the hoo-hot, by the way.
Yeah, I just don't get it. No one fucking likes the guy, personally, that's ever fucking met him. His wife clearly hates him. And people are like, the Supreme Court, even listening to that shit today, we're recording this early, the five of the conservative justices are like, well, maybe he should be immune. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This was supposed to be like open and shut. And it's not. They're like, but he's all right, right? Well, he seems all right. But if he met anyone that's like, if you were one-on-one with Trump, he wouldn't fucking like you.
Yeah.
He wouldn't like you. He wouldn't like me. He wouldn't like you. He wouldn't fucking...
He certainly wouldn't like me.
If he met these old people, these old ladies that fucking support him, and he had to hang out with them, he'd be like, could you please get this fucking old woman out of here? She smells. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
This hateful old man that half the country
maybe it's like a
should be our
negging
fucking dictator.
Where it's like, like negging. Maybe that's what it is. Where he's like, he must be better than us because he treats us all so poorly.
I guess. I really don't know.
It's a cult.
Let's try to make sense of it. It is, but for what? What's the goal here? Like, why are 5 of the Supreme Court justices like, but, what do they gain from this?
Because they're the ultimate, there's no way they can sign off on immunity because that's insane.
But they're going to send it back.
They're just going to kick
lower
it
courts
so that it'll delay his
until after the election
case, which is fine because he'll be convicted in about a month from now, anyways.
On the the least of all the charges.
Yeah.
But
how much hard time are we looking at? 4.5 days.
No. But I got to stop fucking paying attention to the news because I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
Hey, that's the AJ model of life, and it's went great for me so far.
Hey,
I get all my news from you too.
Yeah, listening to that
where it's at.
That Neil Brennan podcast today. I was listening to David Cross on one of them on Blocked. Is Blocked or Blocks? Might be Blocks.
I don't know.
Anyway, people were talking about their problems in life or whatever, and David Cross was talking about how being aware of the news like makes you feel like shit. I was like, yeah, it fucking does.
Yeah, I mean, before we started, I was talking to Shiloh. I was like, do I want to kill myself? Like maybe an hour ago, where it's like I can't hang with this news shit.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't, dude. Like regular life is hard for me. Looking out the window, seeing a mailman have a good day pisses me. I'm like, why is he having a good day? what the fuck is he so happy about?
What the fuck is his problem? You having a good day, you fucking bitch?
Go beat him up.
Yeah. And I'm fist fighting a mailman. But
for having a good day.
Yeah. And I feel selfish, and I know it is selfish. It's the same thing with the Palestine and Israel shit, but it's like, what do you want me to do about it? I guess I should know and care. I know and I do care. I don't want any of that shit going on. I don't want any of. The club is right next to the shelter.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for all those people. We help them. We try to help them out. But what the fuck?
Yeah, it's tough, man.
I'm trying to get this Patreon going.
I know. I don't even that Israel. Yeah, I'm not. But 30,000 dead women and children is bad. No matter how you fucking slice that shit, it ain't a good thing to do.
And Toll stands on that.
I do. I fucking do.
28,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then I think, like, what about all the fucking people America has killed that we don't even know about? Which is like,
well, we talked about
we're
that.
the biggest hypocrites on earth, I guess. But we don't.
Oh,
I don't know, dude. But I can't fucking stand. I can't keep listening to news about.
no more NPR for you.
It's I do have to stop. But then I'm like, if I don't know, then I'm like. I don't fucking know. And I want to fucking
what am I
know.
going to argue about at Thanksgiving?
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
Happy birthday to your sister today, by the way.
Hey, yes.
I didn't realize she was a fellow Taurus.
Ah, yes. Of the Ford family.
I commented what I thought was a pretty hilarious.
Yes, I gave it a little laparoo.
Did you see it? Yeah. I said, happy
Be over to rub your
birthday.
feet.
Yeah, happy birthday, Molly. I'll be over later to rub your feet. See you soon. Knowing Molly, I feel like she would absolutely hate that. I don't know why, but I don't feel like Molly likes to be touched. I get that vibe from her. Should I be using her real
I don't
name?
know, because I think that's okay. It's not her real name. So it's
Yeah, that's right.
I guess
Have you ever rubbed Molly's feet?
No. No. I don't know. We're not really touchy group of peeps. Me and my fam.
You're not on that Tom Brady wave?
No,
kissing
not
his son.
Well,
and
my
shit?
dad was. My dad's side
on the
kind of
lips.
is. I don't know, but we're not really.
Would your dad kiss you and stuff?
He did. He kissed me. Yeah. Not often on the lips, but sometimes. When I was real little, I always get a kiss on the cheek, a big beardy kiss.
Oh, was
It
he a
nice.
bearded man?
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. There's a picture of him. Sarah was like,
go
"Oh,
for a
you look
beardy
so
kiss
much
right
like
now."
him."
Yeah.
And I was
Kind
like,
of comforting.
my dad hated getting his picture taken. And every picture I've ever seen of him, I'm like, dude, you look fucking awesome. Why wouldn't you want to get your picture taken? It's also because we look exactly the same.
Right. That's one handsome
I knew where that was going.
But he was a short king, though.
He was. He was short.
I love that he was a short king.
That's
Yeah.
always that's
Because your mom is still tall, but
Still tall, but she was 6'2". She's my height.
wow.
And my dad was, he said he was 5'10", but we're all
And your dad saw her across the street and you were
Yeah.
like, damn.
Yep.
And she was
That's
like, who's
right.
that fifth grader with someone coming?
Who's that bearded child?
That's cool.
Yeah, for sure, dude. See, I'm gonna look for a picture to show you guys.
Maybe that's where Molly's height comes from, because Molly's not super tall.
She is not. My sisters are not.
And Gil isn't either,
No.
but your mom is. That's fascinating how that. I was talking to somebody at the little concert I was at before this. They say the hair comes from your mom's dad. My mom's dad had a hair. And
That's also where the alcoholism comes from. Actually, I found getting the rundown of like, hey, like being like, yeah, talking to my sister about it at one point, and then she ran down all of the just horrible alcoholics in our family, and I was like, what the I was like, why didn't anyone say anything about this? These guys are out here letting me run wild.
goes off the leash.
Yeah.
I got nothing to worry about in my bloodline. I can do whatever I want.
Well, it's kind of the same on at least my mom's side too. All kind of like Irish Catholic drinkers, where some of it might just be like they don't know it's an issue.
Right.
Well, it really wasn't. I mean, an official issue until
like 10 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Right.
About 2011.
Which is kind of true. I mean, I think even the pandemic, I feel like there's been some data that has come out about that. That's when you know it's a good stat. When I'm like, I feel like there's been some data somewhere.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think from the data center was saying,
Yeah. I heard this at a plasma donation center 10 years ago, but that post pandemic, like drinking went down quite a bit, especially with the younger folks.
Yeah, big time. I think because during the pandemic, drinking went way the fuck up
it
for
was like,
everybody.
Yeah.
But they said even in England, I heard a stat like a year ago that 25% of young people under 25 don't even drink at all.
Wow.
In fucking England. That's crazy, dude.
They're all vaping.
Yeah, they are, and smoking weed and doing whatever else. Yeah. It's kind of similar to
Popping lewds.
the way that kids don't care about driving anymore either.
Yeah,
And if you don't care about driving, take up drinking, you dumb motherfuckers. You know,
That's all we did
don't
as
have to worry
kids.
about it.
I have such a hard time believing that driving thing. I feel like no matter what age, having a car is such a game changer.
I agree, but it seems like kids really don't care about it now.
They just put on the Oculus and whack off all day. I guess. I mean, like, do your kids drive? Do they care?
yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But I guess now they're even sort of older. They're like adult age now, so maybe it's this. What's the newest generation? Is it Z?
Generation Alpha is the new one.
Oh,
Those are the
So we're
those
beyond
are
Z?
the iPad babies.
Should be called Generation Beta. Know what I'm saying, folks? All right, hit it, AJ. I rim shot myself.
perfect. I'm just looking at my phone. Sorry, guys. There we go. There's
Checking
Told
your
just checking the
Tumblr.
news.
it's my dad. Top right.
Yep, that's your dad, all right.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Wow, it really does look like him. Shyla, zoom in on that. Yeah, you can tell there's no photos of him because it's like one crinkly old photo.
Yep.
Yeah, he does look sharp. Good head of hair on him too. So,
Yeah.
so that definitely runs in the family.
Yeah, he did, and he had a little kind of baldy spot. And
Well, when I cut your hair,
thin,
I could
but-
tell it was like thinning just a little
Yeah.
back there. But I mean, for the fact that it's only thinning just a little and
Right.
you're 40.
Right. A couple years ago, or maybe like last year, I remember taking a mirror and looking at the back of my head. And as soon as I did it, I was like, why did I fucking do
Yeah.
that? Like, I could have just lived a happy life and not ever looked at that.
Yeah, take a picture of the top of your head and look at it and you're like, well, I'm going to go kill myself.
Well, this
I should not have done that. I'm very upset now. Very upset.
it appears this man in your family has passed away, but he does look just like Wilford Brimley there at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. That's my Uncle Larry. There's a lot of Wilford Brimleys in the grain.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Liberty Medical.
Yeah, a lot of beards. A lot of beards. Thick old fellas with luscious hair.
It was Liberty, right? Liberty
It's
Medical.
something like that.
Liver Mutual.
Yeah.
Well, Quaker Oats. For your diabetes.
For your diabetes
Yeah.
medication.
Yes, sir.
He actually had a couple good movie roles, old Wilford Brimley.
Man, The Thing, baby.
Yeah.
Cocoon.
I've only known him as the diabetes guy in my lifetime.
The one with the Tom Cruise lawyer movie.
Pelican Brief?
Yes.
Was it that? Was that?
I think he's in that one. He's like a fixer.
Yeah. Was that the Rainmaker?
Oh, yeah. Maybe, no, the Rainmaker is Matt Damon and
the
Danny
Pelican
DeVito, I
Brief
think.
is
That's Tom Cruise.
the Pelican Brief is
one-
Denzel.
That's Denzel Washington.
Denzel and Julia
With Tom,
Roberts.
it's Tom Cruise. And
Tom Cruise, Wilford Brimley. What the hell movie is that?
It's one of those.
Because they're talking about remaking it or making it. He's writing it. John Grisham is going to write a sequel to it. I heard. The Rainmaker, I think, is with Matt Damon. Pelican Brief is Denzel Washington.
Yeah, because that's Julia Roberts in the Pelican Brief. Because I bought that Blu-ray
Yeah.
at JCD and
And what the hell? If we can't fucking think of this, the something file, the Rockford Files.
Wilford Brimley. All right.
The Firm.
The Firm.
Oh, The Firm.
That's right.
Yeah, they hire him out of law school. Yep.
Son of a.
He's a
Young
hot
Tom
shot.
Cruise. Uh-huh.
And then they want to, they're going to try to like blame it on him or something. And then he, yeah.
Keith David. What's
I'm
he
the same age now as Wilford Brimley was when he did Cocoon.
That is fucking crazy. It is weird how old people used to look.
It's weird.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like a choice. I remember watching the Mary Tyler Moore documentary, and she was like such a hot lady, even on the Mary Tyler Moore show. So then she turns like 40, and she's getting interviewed, and I was like, now she's wearing like a dowdy dress with a bow, and she has her hair permed, and I was like, why the fuck did you do this?
It was the
Why did
70s.
you all made the choice to look like old ladies.
I think it was one of those things too, where the young fellows sort of looked that way too, of I guess wanting to get the life started that much sooner.
Yeah, you just look
Versus
older,
Arrested
younger.
Development. Yeah, it was like a
But we all
choice.
look like a bunch of fucking dumb schlubs, I guess, in their eyes. If they were looking at us right now, they'd be like, "Look at these fucking losers."
What are these, middle schoolers?
Yeah.
And if we went to the high school in Greece, the answer would be yes. Apparently. The guy who played Sonny in Greece was 45 years old. Hilarious enough, Alex. Looks like someone else has referred to being I'm Brimley Cocoon old.
That is crazy, dude.
I mean, he's rough looking at that.
48. He was also, he was playing a retiree at 48 then.
I don't think I'm making this up.
Maybe he was 48 in The Thing.
Yeah, him in this makes Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park look young and vital. And they have basically the same swag. That's crazy.
Although he was doing those commercials up until,
Because Wilford's dead, right?
yeah.
R.I.P., buddy. R.I.P.
All right, he was 51, so I got
Close. Pretty fucking close.
I'm not Wilford Brimley old
When you
yet.
turn 51, you should dress like him in Cocoon for
I
your
will.
birthday.
I will.
Yes.
Have a Cocoon party.
Also,
It'll be hilarious when I turn 51. I end up looking exactly like Wilford Brimley.
falls
nobody
off
tell
a-
Alex
Yeah.
how old he really looks.
Well, and the thing,
Alex over here like, I look so much younger and more vital than
Right,
Wilford
guys?
Brimley.
My giant
And we're all
mustache.
Like, yeah,
you look
looking
good.
Shit.
well, the thing too about going back to people looking very old is I have to imagine some of that comes in with lead paint and smoking asbestos laced cigarettes
Oh,
all
yeah.
day at the age of 5.
Yeah.
So that might
Yeah,
might age you a little.
I remember finding out like my dad started smoking when he was 11 years old. Like, damn, doggy. Yeah. Yeah.
Got your ass.
They did, too.
They did get his ass.
Among other things, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there? I mean, not to bring up your dad dying, but if I can, was there a diagnosis of like what it was? That
Well, it
was
was lung cancer, but he also had like polyps that grew on his throat for his whole life.
wow.
That's why he talked like this. Yeah, he had like a whisper voice.
Oh,
So when he yelled at you, it was scary as fuck, especially for my friends. Yeah. And he could go like that.
Mr. McGrain's turning into a monster.
Yeah. I mean,
he's a very quiet.
and he did. He made a point. It was like if my friends were over, that was when he was like,
Watch this
Sunday morning, time to be a dick. Yeah. Why are you doing this?
Would it be like your friend stayed over?
Yeah.
You'd all wake up cute in your PJs.
Yeah.
You'd be like, wake up, you fucking pussies.
Yeah, basically. Time to go to church. And church was getting beat by my dad.
The backyard.
That's right.
It wasn't
Church is
family members that listened to this. That was not it.
Sunday school's gonna be held in the garage.
Time to get learned.
There is something about, the fear of parents. I still think about that because, and this is not to disparage my parents. I know people don't hit kids anymore, but like we did a wooden spoon and a belt back in the day. And I legitimately was terrified of my parents.
Oh, yeah.
And now I think they're a bunch of pussies. Fuck you, mom and dad.
Come
get me.
Yeah, I'll fight both of you at the same time.
Yeah, I was scared of my dad. I remember getting to the age, though, and knowing that like bad grades were coming in the mail and trying to intercept it. And then if I couldn't intercept him,
Running to the.
if I couldn't intercept him, I would think to myself, I'd be like, at least, I was like, they can't kill me. What can they do?
Can they?
Yeah, but it was like that.
At least I got to see RoboCop in theaters. You know.
I was like, they can't kill me. That's what I'd be like. That's, and they wouldn't. You know. They would
Until
just
that
be
time they kill you.
disappointed. Yeah, right. Well, who's dead now?
And then it's little Toll as a ghost whispering, "You're gay, Dad. Dad, no, you're gay." I'm Casper.
No, family members, don't listen.
It's a little too. I feel like the half of our listenership is the McGrains. As far
There's
as
a
I
lot
can
of
tell.
them.
It's a sizable demographic.
It is.
I had a few people at the concert actually say they've been loving the live stream.
Hell yeah.
They watch it while they're working on stuff, like late at night. And I was like, "What kind of stuff?" And they're like, well, and they kind of walked away. And I was like,
Yeah.
"But what kind of stuff?"
Yeah. Stepbrother porn.
Yeah, exactly. One of those 24-hour shoots. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some good feedback also. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to talk about the podcast on
No.
the podcast, but it was nice. You know, it's nice
mean,
to
what
hear
did
a
we talk
compliment in
about?
the wild.
That's interesting
Yeah.
though, because I've got nothing but hate.
really.
Oh, yeah.
Got some letters in the mail.
Angela's like, Alex, you need to quit.
Yeah. You got to stop hanging out with those losers.
That's enough. That's enough already.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that in your, like, have you had a significant other try to get rid of a friend in your life? Where they were like, it's either them or me.
But I've done it.
To
In a negative, shitty way.
Toll's
To a
been that
partner?
toxic person.
Yeah.
Where you were like, you have to get rid of this fucking crazy bitch that you're friends with.
Yeah. I haven't done it.
And that
recently.
man's name was AJ Simmons.
No, I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever had that.
I mean, that's a sign of healthy relationships.
Yeah, I've definitely had friends that girls didn't like, but they weren't like, you gotta.
The girl I dated, which also for the record, she created a PowerPoint of our future wedding. Like
All right.
Like 6 months into us dating. So she was doing all right brain wise, I'm sure. But yeah, she met me, and that was when I was playing like the hardcore music and stuff with, with my friends. And she was like, "You can't hang out with those guys anymore. They smoke cigarettes."
Oh my.
And I was like, "Honey, so do I." My mom caught me last week.
Yeah.
And I did leave my friends.
Did you really?
I did.
Holy shit.
I came back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
How long did it take? I've
About a
totally.
year.
The AJ, I remember the AJ I originally met.
Yes.
And if I said, AJ, you got to stop being friends with those guys, he would have been like, okay.
And I would have. Yes. I was very moldable.
Not
Yeah.
anymore, baby.
I based all of my personal value and self-esteem on like what women thought of me.
Perfect.
It's a recipe for success. Especially when, you know, they're not good people sometimes, and, you know,
Yeah.
and you just listen to everything they say.
Yeah.
Especially when they tell you The Princess Bride is the best comedy of all time, and you're like, no.
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good,
Yeah.
but at that point, Step Brothers had already came out. And
Yeah, I
was
also
like,
wouldn't call it the best comedy of all. It's like a mix.
it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
a good movie,
yeah.
but I wouldn't. I mean, it is a comedy, I guess, but it's also a fantasy.
Well, it's not the best. I mean, I should have stood up for myself.
Should've.
Then I should have stood up for myself when I left all my.
I was dating a girl, dude. When I remember we had been dating for a little while, and then she told me her favorite movie was Love Actually, and I'd never seen it before.
Oh boy.
I was like, oh, that's fine.
Oh boy.
Love Actually.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll love it actually.
Oh, bro. And then we watched Love Actually, and I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, this is your favorite movie? And I couldn't, from that point on, I was like, well, this is. Yeah. I was like, I don't understand why anyone likes it, I guess, but people do, and to each their own.
It's full of very strange messages.
It's love, actually.
Yes.
AJ.
Calling the girl fat the whole movie, who's
The
clearly,
super hot girl?
yeah, incredibly good looking girl who's not fat by any metric.
the two characters that are staging a porno for the entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are you fucking doing? What kind of porno is this where they have a budget to send you like to museums to pretend to fuck each other?
It's one of those Cinemax movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most pornos I've seen look like they were shot in a dorm room.
Yeah. Liam Neeson sending his child to run through an airport to profess his love to another child. He's like, go get her, son. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Another guy professing his love to his best friend's
That's the
new
worst
wife.
one.
And everyone loves that part. Like, this is so fucked.
And she kisses him, doesn't
Yeah.
she? She goes and like meets him on the street and kisses him.
Maybe I think she does.
Like she runs after him, I swear.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of a different,
then,
very stupid movie?
Alan Rickman cheating on Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
Buying the girl he cheated on a nicer present than he bought his wife. I'm like, why do you like this? What is good about this? A bunch of American or English dudes going to America and being like, oh, I hear they love British accents in America.
Oh yeah.
And then they go to America and all the girls are like, oh my God, British accent. I'm going to fuck you. And all American girls.
That
are
part's
like,
kind of true.
I mean, it is, but it's just like nothing about it. I was like, this movie fucking sucks.
I don't want to date you anymore.
Yeah.
Can't believe I left my friends for a year for you. If it was AJ McGrain, that's what.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry to people. I'm not. Love Actually sucks.
I think that's sort of the popular opinion now.
It is, but it took
not a
it
good
like it
movie.
was like everyone's favorite Christmas movie, and I was like, there's nothing positive comes from watching this movie.
I will say the one part I do enjoy is it Bill Nye
Yeah,
doing
The
that shitty Christmas song?
Yeah, that's fun. Like the aging rock star.
Yeah, and he has to like just shoehorn the lyrics into that shitty Christmas song. I'm like, that part, that realism of the aging rock star totally falling off and having to make a shitty Christmas album. That part I like.
Yeah.
Because, I think Gene Simmons from Kiss is about 2 minutes away from doing that, if he hasn't already.
Yeah.
And a lot of them do.
That's how they make their money, you know? Change 2 words and make a Christmas song.
Yep, either that or put on the face paint and go to the Iowa State Fair one more time.
One more
I mean,
time.
Kiss has
Last
so
time.
much fucking money. They sell Kiss caskets. They fucking put Kiss on everything.
Yeah, I think that is the one thing people kind of across, because Gene Simmons is a douche. Any interview you hear with him, he's awful.
I had a chance to meet him, and I was like, no, thanks.
And my last name is not even, my last name is Bourne. My dad changed his last name to Simmons because of Gene Simmons. You know what I mean? So I have all the reasons in the world to try to love this guy. And my dad does love Kiss, obviously.
Yeah.
But Gene Simmons is a douche, but he gets, I think rightfully, tons of credit for having that foresight on the merchandising.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
because they had Kiss doll, I mean, everything. Insane.
I just saw a thing of Gene Simmons saying that rock is dead, that there hasn't been any good rock music for 30 years or whatever. He's like, name a record that's sold in the last 30 years. I was like, just shut the fuck up. Why don't you choke on that fat fucking tongue of yours, you piece of shit?
I mean, Brothers by the Black Keys, I think, probably did all right. That
it
initial
doesn't-
giant
yeah.
album.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know.
no, we want big douchey rock with makeup on.
And I
Yeah.
don't dislike Kiss song. I like Kiss.
We need
music.
we need more
It's fun.
Jewish guys in platform boots singing rock.
Yeah.
Just say that, Gene.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I remember when I was working on a bit. Gene Simmons, his name isn't even Simmons, by the way. His last name is like Lehowitz.
Right.
Right.
So I'm named after a guy who changed his last name and then named his last name is wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really am going to kill myself. No, I got to finish Shogun first.
I use movies and TV shows as a timeline for how long I want to live.
Yeah.
Often, like as long as I just make it till fucking
The Matrix 5
Deadpool
comes out.
Wolverine. Yeah. Or worrying that I'll die and not get to see a cool movie.
Yeah. I remember there's I think it was Seth MacFarlane or someone who was like supposed to be on a 9/11 plane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane. Yeah.
There was somebody else famous that
there was someone who was on
too.
a plane that was, I think was Quentin or someone like that, who was on a plane that seemed like it was going to go down, and like the whole time he was telling himself, "There's no way it's going to happen because I still haven't finished the script for X, like Pulp Fiction or something like that." And I think about that.
What were you thinking about when your plane was going down?
Holy fuck! Nah, I remember. It's weird how quick it does become. The best way I can describe how I actually think time works, and I know we've talked about time a bunch, but in video editing, in that linear way of like, you can, with the magnifying glass, zoom into the clip and make it like this long, so you can go frame by frame.
Yeah.
Or you can, shrink it down with the other magnifying glass and scrub through like hundreds of clips really fast. Right. It felt like I did the biggest zoom I could on like 15 seconds. And I remember thinking, holy shit, I'm going to be a name that's going to scrub across the bottom with that little like banner.
Yeah.
Right after like local KFC closed. And it's like, local Des Moines idiot dies on plane to Tijuana or whatever. Yeah. I think about that all the time.
Do you?
Almost every day still.
I believe it.
Part of that's my own looping anxiety thoughts, I'm sure, which is no surprise to anyone.
And all the shit going down with Boeing. I imagine if I was
kind of vindication.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
I'm a little afraid for this flight to NYC.
My sister and my niece are going to be in New York at the same time.
Ooh.
So
that's good.
Maybe Mr. Bowman should buy him some dinner.
Dave and I have our own rooms. So. Take the McGrain girls out on the town.
Hell yeah!
One of those.
I think they had a shitload of plans, like an itinerary with so much stuff that they're not even going to be able to do all of it. Yeah, that's what it sounded like at dinner tonight.
They probably won't have time for us then. It'd be cool to see him though. Maybe we can meet up at a show. I want to go see Colin Quinn at the Fat Black Pussycat.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Because Alex is.
Are you going to wear your shirt again?
Twice. Yes, I will wear my shirt again.
Just stand around the building with that shirt on. And you'll run into him.
And with my luck, he'll die on a Boeing flight that day, and I'll miss him. But
have you been to New York? You have, right?
Yeah, one time when I was it was after LA, I'd come back, had a mental breakdown. I got my first credit card, a Discover card. I bought a laser hair removal device for a girl I liked, and tickets to New York to New York City. Ran it up, baby.
Did she ask for it?
Yeah, it was something like, well, not that she asked me for it. It was something she wanted. She had like,
and you're like, check this shit out.
Yeah, she had like kind of like a belly button, like goodie trail, like hair kind of thing going on. She felt bad about it, and I was like, I don't know. She'd mentioned the laser, but it was like $800, and I was like, "Baby girl, I'll take care of you."
Damn, dog.
So I lit up the Discover card.
Money well spent.
Money terribly spent.
The Discover card.
Yeah. She took that laser and ran, baby. she's in Mexico somewhere with that laser, having a great time. But I went to see my friend from Los Angeles, who I went to college with, named Kat. Shout out Kat. Went to see her in New York, and she was living in Queens. So I basically spent the entire time in Queens, and she showed me around. Queens was a really cool borough. I guess I can't speak for the other ones, but I liked Queens a lot. It seemed very like still New York. It didn't seem overly gentrified or anything.
Okay. Old New York.
Yeah, there was like Moroccan restaurants and just cool shit all over.
Nice.
I liked it. I don't know mentally how much I would actually like living there with all the honking and all that shit. Now being so used to Iowa, I don't know if I'd have trouble with that, but it's really cool being in New York is what I thought Los Angeles was going to be.
Okay.
Because I thought Los Angeles is a big city, but it's not vertical. It's very flat and wide.
Yeah.
but because of movies and shit, I don't know. I just pictured it like a very city type place. But there's really only just one tall building and then a bunch of flat shit in LA.
Well, I remember LA. Yeah, I've seen. There's like a bunch of little pockets of city or like of tall buildings.
Yeah,
It's like there will be like, oh yeah, here's a little section with a bunch of tall buildings. Then it's just expansive, enormous.
Yeah. New York gave me the thing that I think I wanted from like Tokyo probably would give me too, where it's just like
all skyscrapers.
Yeah, you're like
Tokyo is a megalopolis.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's bigger than a metropolis.
Sounds like a dinosaur. A megalopolis.
Yeah, LA might be a megalopolis. I don't know what the actual definition of megalopolis is, but I saw a thing on fucking Discovery or PBS.
Duck-billed megalopolis. Yeah, LA's very drivey. It's beautiful, you know, the beaches and stuff. But New York gave me like the true city vibe, where I was like, oh, I understand why people move here and wind up staying here a lot of times, because it does give you like you feel like something's always happening. LA didn't give that to me as much.
I know several people that have gone to LA and just hated it. But I don't know. I feel like when people go to New York, they at least get it. And they're like, yeah, New York. But I know a bunch of people that have either moved or just gone to visit LA that were like, not for me.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. If I could go back, I would have probably went to college and had a mental breakdown in New York and then moved back versus Los Angeles.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah, LA is cool for the beaches. I guess if you're an actor or want to get molested, and
I want both of those.
and like burrito Mexican food, but it has terrible pizza across the board. I don't know if I've ever had like a truly good slice of pizza, even towards like Iowa standards in Los Angeles.
Wow.
They have some like okay burgers, and seafood is decent. Like sushi is okay,
Yeah.
but I paid top dollar for sushi where I've had better sushi in Iowa.
Wow. Damn.
And it's not because it's like, oh, we put ranch dressing on this one. You know?
yeah.
It's like it's actually, you know, and now they can air freight in fish. Like America is getting all the same fish for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to say not to eat seafood at buffets in the middle of the week.
Might get a sea
And I used to
louse.
say, screw you. Yeah. Yeah, you might get a sea louse.
Might take one home with you.
For a little pet to put in my fish tank.
Yeah, but New York I thought was great. Have you ever been there?
I have not.
I would love
LA.
to see what Toll's reaction to New York would be.
No,
His eyes might go.
I'm wearing my straw hat and my overalls.
Little hay coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. Like, darn tune, this is a big old city, man.
Came here to see the Twin Towers.
Oh,
Got bad news for you, Mr.
Oh,
McGrain.
no. Yeah.
We've been DJing a lot of wheat parties.
Well,
Anything to say about New York City, Alex?
he was just there.
I was just there. I had a great time. It's
Ice cream
fantastic.
espionage, comedy espionage.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say New York's the better food city of the two, of LA versus New York.
I believe it. Although I think in the LA ad they run on some of the podcasts I listen to, it's supposed to LA now is like the most top restaurants in America.
According to LA.com.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's also talking about restaurants that you probably wouldn't choose to eat at
Right.
due to their
Restaurants that they wouldn't even let you in.
Right, exactly.
Or it'd be like molecular gastronomy type shit,
That's what
which
I'm
I'm
saying.
not a.
No.
Where it's like, oh, this is taint foam from a wall.
I always
or
do.
whatever.
I think it's funny. I loved The Bear. I just finished season 2 of it, but the food, fine dining food, I'm like, that is never, I like it. But I'm like, for one, not enough. And the end. No, I don't know. I'm like, oh, you always got like some kind of little balls of things on top of it. Fish roe. I don't know.
Yuck.
Fish roe.
Caviar.
Yeah. It just never looks that good to me. Fine dining food.
Yeah, well, because it's more like art,
Yeah.
where it's like truly great art is like that naked lady on the back of a mud flap, you know.
Hell yeah.
But then you see like one of those like Rothko paintings where it's like, okay, it's a big blurry square.
I just saw something recently. Not Rothko. My fucking. I know. I'm like Mark Rothko. I don't understand. He drew 3 squares. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
I don't.
Like, why does that make it better than like other shit?
I read or saw a conspiracy thing on TikTok or Reels or whatever about the abstract American painter that just dripped paint. What's his name?
Oh, Pollock.
Pollock, yeah, Jackson Pollock. That it was like a Russian conspiracy that they would buy, like somebody would buy these paintings for a shitload of money. Or no, it was an American conspiracy against Russians, that the Russians were trying to get into fine art and like have the best artists. And so they would jack the price up and have people purchase Jackson Pollock paintings, and Russians would be like, what the fuck is going on that these paintings are worth so much? And
Number one bullshit.
yeah. Whether it's true or not, it was interesting because I mean, Jackson Pollock paintings aren't bad to look at, but I'm like,
Yeah.
you did just kind of drip paint around.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
I'm
Like,
not.
like what chooses what. I mean, it was kind of like the music thing, the rap
Yeah,
thing too.
yeah.
Of like what works. As some of you might notice, we're in the TikTok game. We're putting out these reels. No one's biting.
Fine art.
no one's calling. What's the deal? This is great content. We're shitting on fine artists. We're calling it Los Angeles gay.
Yeah, Jackson Pollock can suck a dick. Mark Rothko.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
This is real art.
Give me some fucking Gary Larson.
Yeah. Gary Larson.
Yeah.
Northside.
That's right.
My buddy Pete's a great painter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird and
It is.
it's a
strange.
combination of like
They ain't biting. They're biting.
they're biting a
We
little.
get nibbles.
TikTok, we're doing best in TikTok, which is kind of surprising because you think it would be for young Asian women mainly. But
Dude, everybody loves
we're breaking
TikTok.
through.
I don't know what they think's going to happen when they try to take TikTok from 170 million Americans that all like it.
Oh, is
TikTok
that a
is the
plan?
best one.
This is me not paying attention to the news. Are they taking it away for us?
Yeah, they're going to make it. They said 6 months if they pass the bill. Now they're going to do another thing where they're going to make it a year instead of 6 months. That they either have to sell or be banned in America. They have to sell to an American company or they're getting banned. And Biden said he'll sign it, and it was passed in a bipartisan way by a fucking mile.
And is that just for all that data mining they're basically able to do?
They
on us
think,
via-
they think the Chinese will be able to spy on us because of TikTok.
Well, it's more that they'll. I mean, 160 million, is that they said?
170 million.
Yeah, on TikTok. And the number of people that watch the nightly news or a TV
They will
show
be able
is
to
like a million.
influence, yeah.
So people are really getting a ton of their information from those platforms. And having the number, like the biggest platform that people are getting information from be run by communist China is not a great idea for us. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I've seen movies in the 80s.
and part of it, like it kind of totally worked against TikTok because kind of when this was happening, TikTok was like, hey, call your congressman or contact your senator or whatever. And that worked. And guess how they were like, what the fuck? Like, we don't, fuck this. Yeah, they really do have influence. We don't want that. Yeah. So,
Well, I feel like I've always been hearing titterings of us trying to get rid of it and China spying and all that. But that sounds
but
like
now, I
it
mean,
might be
Trump
legit.
tried to get rid of it. And now he's like, hey, look what Biden's doing, trying to get rid of TikTok. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
That was my idea.
Yeah. No. He's like, look, no. Now it's a bad idea to get rid of TikTok.
Oh, he's saying like what
He's
a dickhead.
changed
He's
his
trying-
tune. Yeah. Because everybody likes TikTok.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking stupid asshole.
I will say, I mean, TikTok for addicting algorithms, it's not even close.
Well, whatever AI they're using or whatever algorithm, that shit is fucking like I hardly like anything. And I still every swipe until I see something one of my friends posted. And I'm like,
boobs.
no, I don't see any of that on TikTok. TikTok is all now like, look at this impressed, or some physicist talking about the universe, or some kind of crazy visual shit. Or Chinese people making stuff. I like that too.
Someone in the jungle making a water slide. For no
Yeah, I
reason.
love that too. Dude, people making like giant buildings out of dirt. I'm like, neat. I watched this Chinese dude make all these like miniature dams and waterways. You ever seen any of that stuff?
Yes, I actually have. I just remembered it.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
It's insane, man. Well, some aquarium videos. I watched some dude in Cleveland that's got a bunch of sturgeon in his basement. He filled up his basement with water. It's fucking amazing, dog. And he has like 1 million followers, if not more than that.
Well, now you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
Flood that basement.
Hey, yeah.
I wish I could have one idea like that, you know?
I don't know I don't think this guy is such a fish nerd that is just something he did and then put on TikTok. And then people were like, damn, this is crazy. Because he just flooded his basement and put fish in it and it put a big filtration system. And I find it fascinating.
Maybe that's the angle. Is I started TikTok about being a comedy club owner, and it's just me picking up the phone going, what? All day.
That would probably go, but
Right.
that would probably go.
Buy, sell, sell.
Yeah. No, you just having irritated conversations
That's
all
every
day.
day, dog. It's one of those things. Like I used to, and I shouldn't even say this, but I used to think, man, Alex doesn't know how good he's got it. He runs literally like a joy creating business, and he's a grumpy old man. To the point, because I know there's been a few reviews over the many, like at the old location and stuff, where it's like, love the ice cream, but the owner's a dick.
That
or
guy's
whatever.
nuts.
Yeah.
I used to go.
And after 2 years of running this
man.
club, I can tell you, Alex was right about everything. People are the worst.
I'm going to tell you a story about Walmart today
do.
in Oskaloosa. I don't give a fuck.
Oskaloosa. Do we have the?
So I've
Still have that on
complained.
there?
Oh, no, I need
Yeah.
to get that back. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm delivering beer to a Walmart in Oskaloosa. I only have 2 cases of beer.
Humble brag.
And they won't accept deliveries from 11 to noon. Okay, I understand that. They won't. So 6 to 11, no deliveries, 11 to noon, and then noon to 2, they're accepting deliveries. I get there at like 1:30, and I'm back behind this Walmart, and I hit the buzzer. Meh. I don't want to be rude. Very
Beer
much
boy.
like that. Almost exactly like that. Yeah. Beer boy in the back here. And I stand there and wait. And I'm like, I don't want to overdo the buzzer. So I give it like 3 minutes. Buzz it again. And I can hear shit. I can hear people back there. And I'm like, well, it's 1:25, whatever time it is.
That's one of the stupid beer boys here.
Yeah. And so I buzz it again a third time.
asshole.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I don't want to be like my main boss is out of town, so I'm answering to the sales manager this week that doesn't like shit coming back because he sold it. You know what I mean? So I have to walk up to the front. I walk around the entire building, walk through the whole building, back to the door I was buzzing, and there's 2 women sitting there. And I was like, yeah, I got a couple of cases of beer for you. They go, yeah, we know, we're on break. And I was like, you're on break. I was like, you quit accepting deliveries at 2:00 and you're on break at 1:30. She's like, we're required to take the breaks. And I was like, bitch. And I was like, all right. Yeah. I was like, okay. And then she's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Very much so.
I can see the red, like a thermometer going up Toll's
I mean, I
starts
almost got
shooting
a
out
fist
your
fight
ears.
in a Walmart in Ottumwa one time, but that's another thing.
a lot of a tumwood beef.
And then she's like, oh, I think these beers are off the mod. I was like, off the mod. I was like, okay, I'll just bring them in real quick. And so she opens the door that I was standing behind for
Right.
the last 15 minutes.
No, you're now walking through
I
the
bring
opposite
in
direction.
the 2 cases of beer that were sitting out there because I left them in the back, and I bring them in. She scans one of them. She goes, yeah, off the mod. And I was like, well, it'd be cool if you would have opened the door and scanned them before I walked around the entire fucking building and waited in the back for 15 minutes. And she was like, we had to go on break. I was like, all right.
Rules are rules. They're real sticklers for
See you
rules.
later. Yeah. Walmart really, I'm sure Walmart is a really make sure you get your breaks.
Yeah, it's like
They seem like that kind of company.
They're known for that.
Yeah.
For paying people really good.
Yeah, and making sure they take their
Yeah.
breaks.
They're kind of European like that.
I was fucking hot.
30-hour work weeks at Walmart.
Yeah. So that was cool.
A little hot on like so you almost fist fought two women.
I was nice to these ladies. I was just like, whatever, you fucking dumb
but they
cunts.
they hit you. We're on break.
I did use the C word instead of the B word, but they deserved it. One lady, there was a younger girl that was much.
Cunts.
yeah.
Buzzing it. Open up.
Funny. Yeah. And I was trying to be nice. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm trying to be nice and not fucking fuck with your day.
Right.
And you can't even open the fucking door.
on break.
Yeah.
On break.
We're on break.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
These Oskaloosa
town that starts with
whores.
O's. Yeah. These southern Iowa fucking O towns.
That was today.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I'm glad you made it to the podcast still.
Me
I'm
too,
glad you're not
buddy.
locked up in Oskaloosa right now.
Yeah.
In Walmart's
Yeah.
basement prison.
The lady in the
You've been
Tumwa
found
tried to lock
guilty,
me in
boy.
Walmart. Yeah.
They try to lock you into a Walmart?
Yeah. In a Tumwa. And now we don't deliver to that Walmart anymore.
Wow.
I was like, you are letting me out right fucking now. It was a whole thing. I don't want to talk about it.
The dark
Because she did. She tried to lie. She was bitching about me bringing beer again. And I was like, I'm just the delivery guy. So, take it up with Confluence. She's like, wow, it's always fucked up. And I was like, every single time I come here, you complain to me about things that I'm not doing. She's like, well, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? You don't get this beer. I'm leaving. I'm not delivering this beer. And she tried to lock the door on me. And I was like, she did. She was locked. I was like, you better let me out of this fucking building.
You now
right
kidnapped
now.
me.
Yes. Yeah.
a felony.
And
I'm
so
gonna
I
come
pushed
at you
her
like
out
a
of the way
rhinoceros.
gently. And I opened the door and I left. And then I called and I was like,
You broke a beer bottle and you're like, you better
I
open.
was like, yeah. Yeah. And then I immediately called my boss and I was like, they tried to lock me in the back of a Walmart and I angrily left. So you might be getting a phone call.
Fair.
Yes.
Ooh. And now just no deliveries there ever. Wow. What
That's why I love Atumwa so much.
was their problem? Like,
The prop that I was delivering on a Wednesday and it wasn't scheduled. And I was like, I don't fucking schedule deliver. I just bring
yeah,
it when I'm
I don't
told
write
to.
your schedule.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, don't take it then. I don't give a fuck. I do. My job, my place of business. I love it. I love it.
If there's one thing we love, it's his place of work.
That's right.
I got you covered. Don't
Thanks,
worry
buddy.
about
Nice recovery.
Smoothed it all.
Yeah.
It's all good.
that. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. I don't know. Dealing with people is shitty sometimes.
Dude, like I said, I feel bad because there was a time in the early aughts of the club where I'd answer that phone and be like, Teehee's Comedy Club.
What can I do for you? Yeah.
How can I do you for,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Loving it.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, Teehees.
And now it's tease. What do you want?
It really is. Like, I can't help but when that phone rings and I see that it's not my homies calling, it's not Shiloh calling, it's not my friend, nobody.
Yeah.
It's that old Teehees number. I can't help but pick it up and be like, Satan,
Yeah.
you rang?
Make it fast.
Yeah, it really is like, Teehees coming. And they're like, what'd you say? And I'm like, you fucking heard me.
You know who you called.
Yeah, I've said that before. I was like, the person you call, the place you tried to call,
Yeah.
that's who we are. Is this Teehees? Because that's the stuff that somebody was talking about this, some famous person, that there's like different types of anger and stress. And I tend to do pretty well with the big stuff. Like when the plane was going down, I wasn't screaming. I wasn't freaking out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
accepted my fate of being the name scrolling across the bottom after the Arby's explosion or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, like when cars, whatever, that stuff never bothers me. It's always the very tiny things, because those are the things that I have a hard time controlling for almost, because they happen a lot and they pile up frequently. Like those phone calls where it's not like when the roof started leaking at the club, I didn't panic. I just did what I knew I had to do to try to stop it in the middle of a Jeff Dye show.
Right.
Because at that point, it's like panicking isn't going to help this, or like getting pissed isn't going to help it.
Right.
But when they catch you off guard and they're like, I bought 95 tickets to see Cat Williams at Teehee's Comedy Club from some website, and you need to refund me. And I'm like, look me, come 1433 Walnut Street, come down and I will fist fight. And I've really, unfortunately, been on the phone with people that are like, I'm going to show up. I want to talk to you face to face. I want to see if you can talk like this to my face. And I'm like, come on down.
I would.
Come on down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's
You're the next contestant on getting the shit beat out of you.
because some of these people talk to me like I'm not a real person too. It's like,
Oh yeah.
like
And it does.
I might be 5'4". These guys are tall, but I'll fight you.
Yeah.
It does when it's something that catches you off guard, where you're just like, oh, we're doing this.
Yeah, where they have an attitude
What?
with me.
Yeah.
And it's
what-
always their fuck up too, because it's always like I accidentally bought 6 tables and I only meant to buy 6 tickets, and it's like, all right, I'll make sure you get refunded, but they start the call pissy with me.
Right.
As if you did something.
Where it's like there's some places, like a lot of places locally, if you buy a ticket, they will not refund it under any circumstance.
Right.
That ticket is bought. Say goodbye to it. They won't. There's venues around here that don't answer the phone. Period.
Right.
If you try, like,
Nice.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's nice that I even try to answer it in between taking dumps and stuff. You know?
Yeah. I think I make great effort not to bother people, not to be in the way, not like I do, like just to be fucking in and out and courteous and not bothersome. Like I really, I don't even know how to explain it really, but like I park out of the way. I fucking make sure I'm not.
There's a word.
And then
for
when
it.
people are fucking instantly assholes, I'm like, yo. And then I try to still be cool.
Oh,
But then
courteous, I think is the word you look.
Yeah,
you're like a very courteous.
I said
guy.
courteous.
Did you?
I believe so.
I'm
Beginning of that, but and I am.
I'm glad I ruined
super
that.
courteous. That's all. You didn't ruin it, but it's like I didn't. I'm just working. Like what? What do you want me to do? Like I'm here because you ordered this shit or somebody did.
Somebody.
I have nothing to do with it. I'm just here to bring this to you. Who ordered this? I don't fucking know. Go kill yourself. yeah. You tell me. You fucking work here. Yeah.
Of the two of us, who's more likely to know that?
Yes.
People will say that, like, what's my card number to me?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
It's like that dude at Bebop's that was like, it says, I need your gift card number. I was like, right, of the gift card I do not have.
Yeah.
I'm trying to buy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that it's not that guy's fault, but
that was probably the same guy that called Teehee.
maybe. But I just don't understand people just being assholes in general.
Yeah. I think, like, the worst I try to be, and I'm being holier than thou, but I'm in the same way of, like, I try to avoid conflicts. I would rather recede into the darkness.
Yeah.
Like the Phantom of the Opera, than like be in people's way. I avoid all of that type of stuff.
Yep.
So when people, I mean, like the worst I'll be is sort of quiet and standoffish, but I feel like that's just respectful. Like I don't assume everyone wants to talk to me.
I am quiet and standoffish.
Yes, that's your bread and butter.
I know. If you're watching this, you probably don't think that, but I'm not a talker in life. Because I don't. And if I'm with people I want to talk to, but if I'm
you're
not
with the crew.
yeah, if I'm just around a bunch of people I don't know, I'm just like I'm just gonna sit here quietly and not talk to you. So please don't talk.
Tell
to
us
me.
one of your comedy skits, Toll.
Yeah.
What? Told us comedy? Hold on.
Yeah. You must think you're pretty funny, huh? It is funny that now that the podcast is on video, the amount of people that have been like, I want to be on your podcast. I'm like, You didn't give a shit about it before.
Shut up, Mom.
Yeah. I'm like, more people. I mean, I don't know. It's just interesting.
I haven't got much of that actually.
I have.
But I mean, like tonight with everybody's seen the clips. You can tell
Yeah.
by the 9 likes they get. We get more on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah.
No sleep. Beat,
It is
so.
weird on Facebook. It's just like, nope.
Yeah, I always see like it's either Alex or I have liked or hearted it. I'm like, good for us.
I always do too.
It's always us three.
Yeah.
Like, one other
It's just us. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't because it looks
desperate.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to.
I'm a big. I
Give it a little boost, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah, get this algorithm going.
Yeah. Got to fire it up sometimes.
Yeah.
Someone's got to spark the bowl.
Yeah.
I got it, guys. Here we go.
Yeah, don't worry.
Fuel inject it, baby.
Got to be the first out on the dance floor sometimes. You know?
Oh, you guys want to party, huh? All right.
Hey, you
Okay.
seen this one?
Yeah. You see this video of me that I'm the only person that liked? Why don't you like it too?
Yeah, I've even started liking it as no sleep. Like once there's a couple likes, I'll throw one in just to get it to like, oh, now it's at 5 likes.
Whoa, we've crossed over.
got a little heat. That's the sad reality of. That's what I was talking about with the guy with the sturgeon thing. That's the move because people can smell it on it when it's like, okay, it's almost like there's too many of us who have watched what has worked and then
Right.
are now trying to make it work. So our clips look
Not
like
us.
not us, but some people. But our clips look like clips that work because that's what I've seen. And,
Yeah.
you know,
That's what works.
That's what works. But now it's too much of what works. So now the next thing is going to be the thing that looks like total ass and the audio's
Yeah.
bad, but it'll be hilarious. You know,
It'll catch on, then everyone else start copying that, and now
Yep.
everyone is doing.
Yeah, I saw something yesterday. I was like, I told my professor that I could get more likes on this piece of bread falling over than he would get from whatever he taught us in this advertising class. And of course, this piece of bread falling over had like 500,000 likes. And I was like, all right.
Point made.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was like, look at me. Now I'm the professor. I'm the professor
Yes,
now.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Yeah.
I went to school for graphic design, dropped out. Don't worry about it. But I've met as many designers that didn't go to any school that are now making more money and doing better than I am in that same industry because of stuff. Whatever you can it doesn't have to be anything, especially when it's digital.
Well, now, I mean, in about 15 minutes, you can just type whatever you want into a fucking generator and be like, huh, what do you think of this? Graphic designers.
Right.
Yeah.
Picture of me, but with a slightly larger penis.
Yes. Yeah.
Photorealistic.
Yes. Under the ball shot. So you can see me kind of like trying to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. You could do it.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Doesn't even need to be AI.
Yeah.
Take off them pants, baby.
That's what happens when you all leave. The lights come back on and AJ's webcam, personal cam soda.
Yeah. Cam Soda AJ's channel.
Yeah. Full spread.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Gaping for the universe. They're your videos that I'm
I
watching.
got
on
a
TikTok.
black hole for you, Stephen Hawking. As we start to wind this baby down, I felt like there's been quite a few things we haven't got to that I felt like were worth
good.
addressing
Let's do it.
because we are movie boys.
Yes.
We've all been watching Shogun. We can talk about that. We can talk about Spaceman, which I've watched 9 times now. The Adam Sandler movie.
Wow.
Maybe not 9 times, like 7. But
That's a shitload. I've watched it the one time with you.
I loved it. Though.
I dug it.
It was
I
so
dug it
good.
too,
Everyone,
man.
please watch Spaceman. Sandler needs the money,
Desperately needs it, folks.
but it's
Help
great.
him out.
Have you seen it, Alex?
No,
Oh, you should watch it.
I would like to.
Yes. Well, then I won't spoil it for Alex then. But
Not funny.
I didn't think so.
there's
no.
kind of some moments.
There is.
Yeah. They
It didn't look like a
enough-
wacky Adam Sandler comedy.
You don't expect this fucking giant spider to be dropping the truth bombs that he drops a few times throughout it.
towards the end. I remember. I think I was like laying on the floor because my back hurt at my place. And the movie's winding down. And it's real quiet, and I say to Toll, I'm like, this spider tried to make me cry and shit.
Yeah.
And it really was. It said some stuff where I do have to say one line. I'm sorry. I'm going to spoil this one.
I'm wondering if it's going to be the line.
It's the one you're thinking of.
All right.
It's, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah. You long for your mate only once she leaves. Where was this yearning when you were together?
Yeah.
Where if that doesn't hit home for just about probably everybody in the world,
Yeah.
that sensation of like once it's over and it's already passed, and it's not like now you're feeling all the feelings you should have felt then. Like
Yeah.
a lot of those little slice of life moments, they do a great. The Spider specifically,
Yes.
Paul Dano does a great job of tying all that stuff in. So if you like big slice of life kind of renewing the outlook type shit,
Yeah.
it's good for it, and it looks great.
Yeah.
I
it's
love the way they
I
did.
love the style of it.
Yeah.
And I remember even watching it, I was like, this could have been designed by A.J. Simmons. Sort of the look of it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I was like, this seems like all stuff that you would like.
Yeah, well, maybe that's probably why I watched it so many
Yeah.
times, because you did call it that. It was like right up my alley of sort of thematically what I like. So this means Alex is gonna fucking hate it. Now that I think about it, it doesn't matter.
Let's take bets.
Please give it a watch. Especially,
No, I do want to see it. I do want to
it's
see
really,
it.
I really, really liked it. I think it's great. Definitely worth
I
the
dug it
watch.
too.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix,
Yeah.
free to watch. If you
Yeah, I
have
remember. I saw the trailer. I'm like, this looks interesting. I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, and it's like a cosmonaut thing, which
Yeah.
is kind of a fun random angle on it.
And then like an alternate future also.
Okay,
Yeah.
calm down. Don't
Yeah.
You already ruined it for me.
Yeah, that's right.
I know too much.
So the spider has a giant cock, all right? And Adam Sandler, he's like, "Wait, what you about to do with that?"
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
And they're on a water. They're in a race car water bed.
It's got everything.
Yeah.
The Spider Dick Chronicles.
It's a whole new.
That deserves a.
Hey. Place. Yeah.
All right, we'll land the plane now.
What else? What were your other topics?
Oh, sorry, Shogun. Do we want to talk about Shogun?
You haven't seen all of it.
I haven't seen all of it
We've
yet.
seen all of it. I dug it. I fucking loved it, actually.
Yeah, it seems to be just about Universal.
Yeah. Great looking. I don't know how FX can afford to make a show that looks like that.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah.
They must have the good tools or something. Because
Dude. Well, even the costuming, everything
Yeah.
about it is kind of.
Or just people who are
Amazing.
willing to like throw down that extra time.
Yeah.
Because not to bring up Lord of the Rings, but I'm going to. That's was a big part of that. Is there was basically people willing to do it for free. You know,
Right.
A lot of favors called in. People working long hours for not overtime type shit.
There's a story.
Love of the game.
I just saw a TikTok or a reel of somebody talking about being in Lord of the Rings, and John Rhys Davies. Is that John Rhys Davies? I don't know how you pronounce it. Turned to him and said,
John Fried Rice Davis.
"That's right." He turned and he was like, "I don't know if you realize this, but this is going to be the biggest thing you've ever been a part of. That's going to last forever."
Damn.
And the dude was like, "I don't know." I'm like, yeah, yeah.
He's like, I think this shit's gonna flop.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be interesting to be making something like that and kind of knowing that while you're making it.
And it'd also be interesting to be like The Rock and be like, this is about to change the whole world. And then
Oh,
Black Adam comes
yeah.
out,
And it was like,
it's
this fucking sucks. Yeah.
And it's like The Rock's at the back of a Walmart hitting the button, trying to
Well,
get
when
the
you
door
find
up.
out some of his shit, like
tolls on break.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm on break.
like he can't lose a fight in a movie. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's
Something
true.
like that
It's a
can
real thing.
And, I mean, because I think of like the Katherine Heigl thing all the time, where in that world, they'll let you be a pedophile, but if you're an asshole on set, you ain't working.
yeah,
Have some manners.
Yeah. Because I mean, I remember even being a young person, not really loving movies, but not giving a shit about all that part of it.
Right.
And even hearing that like Katherine Heigl had been essentially blacklisted for being hard to work with or some shit.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. It's also like at the time maybe like people perceiving a woman trying to assert herself as being a biatch when maybe.
But there's so many women working
know.
that you think.
But up until like 10, like even up until the Me Too move, like you start finding out how fucking kind of shitty it was for all women for a while there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there certainly could be a case of
Like I just saw
she
a thing
turned down the
where
wrong
they
guy
made
and then they burned the bridge with her, kind of thing.
they made Anne Hathaway make out with like 50 dudes to see if she
For Princess Diaries.
yeah or something, like to see how their chemistry was. And I was like, Jesus, that's I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've watched videos of ladies being railed by 50 dudes and they loved it. Yeah, I haven't watched those. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to regretting this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, for Katherine Heigl's sake, I hope it's just because she was an asshole.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hope it's for that
yeah.
reason.
And it's, yeah.
But that's the thing is we know some people that are actually in that industry, like Andrew and some of
Yeah.
these other people, and it's like I just don't think I made the pedophile joke, but it can't all be like blood drinking pedophiles either.
No.
It can't all be Weinstein. And maybe it's like at a certain echelon. It is. I don't know. What the fuck am I talking about?
Who even knows anymore?
Doing a podcast that's not even live
Or being recorded.
Charlotte was like,
how relieved I would
yeah.
be.
Charlotte was like, we're not putting this fucking thing. Hell no.
What do you got for another topic? Are we?
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Let me pull it up for you. Do dogs understand each other? Why did I write that down?
Oh, we are the experts.
Like, I think my idea was between breeds, where it's like does a Pekingese understand like a Great Dane?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because like I wonder if it was like different languages for us.
I
where
mean,
it's
they're
like,
all the same species,
yeah,
but I guess so are.
yeah, but Japanese people are the same species.
Wouldn't it be
as
more
me.
like
dogs-
an American dog versus a Chinese dog?
That's what I'm
though?
saying.
No, dogs all speak the same language. The language of what your asshole smells like.
That's true.
That's the language.
But does a Chinese dog's assholes talk a little different?
It does. And American dogs are like, this I got to smell.
Yeah, and I can't stop, and then I want to smell it again an hour later.
This dog's from China.
But have you've seen the like dogs barking in accents and cats meowing in accents?
I don't think
Like
so.
this is a Russian cat. It's like meow. I'm like, this is an American cat. Meow. I'm like, this is an Italian cat. A meow.
Hey, she was a hoe.
Hey, she was up.
Yeah. Do dogs understand each other?
Yeah. It was just, I was watching Shogun and I thought of that, where I was like, I wonder if.
You're watching Shogun and you're like, do dogs understand each other?
Because I was like, you know, I was wishing I could
He was
understand.
looking at his cat and he was like, I wonder if dogs understand each other.
Yeah. You're a crazy dog. Hey. That's crazy. I led to all these laughs, so it was worth it, baby. I wish I could speak Japanese after watching that show. Japanese is so cool.
It is. It seems extremely difficult
Yeah.
to
I
learn.
would think so. From
Yeah.
I mean, our boy Aaron Van Pelt took Japanese at DMAC and could speak it pretty well for a little
Wow.
while. Yeah. He taught me a few things where it's like a I U E O kaki kukeko rari rurero. It's like they break out certain. No, it's true.
That sounds like
Correct
the
me in the
vowels.
yeah, it's like
A-E-U-E-O.
it's like practicing their vowel system.
Yeah, yeah.
Rari ru like rari rurero.
no, you're being
kaki,
racist.
Oh, yeah.
You're canceled, bud.
See you in prison. I swear to God, he taught me that.
Yeah. Rari Rurero?
Kaki kukeko. A-I-U-E-O.
Oh.
It like teaches you
Yeah,
the
yeah.
different ways that their vowels work. Because they basically everything. Fuck it.
Quit while you're ahead.
Nobody's ahead on
Almost
this
everything
podcast.
ends in a vowel.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are things I was taught. by a white guy who took Japanese and
In an Iowa community college.
For all of our Japanese listeners, let us know how I did.
Ooh,
That'd be cool if we had some Japanese.
that would be.
No Sleep goes to Japan. That'd
No
be a
Sleep's
good
huge in Japan.
I would like that. That'd be all right.
Tosan.
Hi. I did learn that from Shogun,
Hi.
which I think is just yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Dame Origato.
Oh,
Mr.
that was something.
Roboto.
Am I the only one who finds the main character guy, Blackridge or whatever his name is, very Tom Hardy like?
Oh, very no.
Like he's doing
Yes,
Tom Hardy,
I don't think he's doing it.
He's
but I mean,
similar.
just like vibe.
Yeah,
Yes.
similar
Got
vibe.
talks like this.
Yeah, and just his whole energy.
Yes.
I was like, this could be played by Tom Hardy almost seamless.
But I bet that dude is 20 years younger. Maybe not 20.
and a lot
15.
cheaper, probably.
Oh,
for
yes.
sure.
Yeah.
It'd probably cost a little bit of money to get old Tom Hardy on a TV show.
Yeah, he was on that an even weird and much more obscure show. He was on Peaky Blinders. Then he was on that show where he wore the top hat, and they made gunpowder, and they had super thick British accents. I can't remember what it's called. Not Peaky Blinders though. That was also on
Billy
FX.
Crumpets and the Good Time Boys.
Yeah, that was it.
that was racist.
That was it. Yeah, but we can be racist to English people
Yeah.
as much as we want.
That's right, baby. 23andMe said I was like 60%. So let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, governors.
There we go.
Cheerio.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Suck on that.
Yeah, suck on that, redcoats. 1776. We kicked their ass. Remember that?
Oh,
How could I forget?
Yeah.
never forget.
Rock, flag, and eagle. It's from It's Always Sunny.
Yes.
Charlie screams. All right. Too much. We've done too much. We've simply done too much.
Slam on the brakes.
Venmo at Tobocop. Black
Seems
Cat
like
Ice
one.
Cream.
That's the other important one.
Teehee's Comedy Club. Don't call us.
Phone calls.
We're gonna get so many phone calls. I'm gonna change the number. Change it to the Black Cat Ice Cream number.
I decided today I'm going to change the Black Cat number to the Hall & Oates hotline number.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna change both of our numbers to that number on the Space Jam website that's still up.
Perfect.
Just change it to my number.
There we
and I'll
go.
just never answer it.
Yeah.
Who's calling me? What else? Yeah, Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM. I am going to update that. It is going to happen. I promise.
Follow us,
Yeah.
like, and subscribe.
Ring the bell as well.
Oh, no.
There's a little thing down here. Bing, bing, bing.
Video here. Video here.
Go watch us on TikTok. Keep that
Yes.
algorithm flowing.
Yeah.
It flows for about, after you post a video, I'm like, this is the one, man. We got
taken off.
Like
Clear for takeoff.
It's only been up there for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And we got 30 likes,
We hit pay dirt.
and that's it. And then it's over.
Flatline.
Yes.
Yep. So let's get those numbers up, folks.
Like I'm about to be. It's finally happening. It's finally happening. Nope.
This kid's not going to have to go to public school after all. Let's get that kid into private school, folks. Tolverine, with that name, they're going to need it. Shout out Shiloh, our producer extraordinaire. And I think that's just about everything, folks. I've been AJ Simmons.
I've been told McGrain.
And I've been the Ice Cream King of Des Moines, Alex Carter.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic.